Welcome, friends, to another exciting episode of AVGM Journey, and I'm your host, The Messenger. The track that we're playing in today's show is a sparkling red Metropolitan from the game Scarlet Nexus, and that was composed by Hayata Takeda. Got a real fun show for you guys this week, with some fun tunes, fun times, and maybe we could learn a thing or two about something. And that something could be pizza, since I'm going to play a track from Pizza Tower. The track is Pizza Deluxe, and this was composed by Post Elvis. That track that you just heard, that was Pizza Deluxe from the game Pizza Tower, and that was composed by Post Elvis. With the recent Switch release of Pizza Tower, I finally got around to playing the game, and I gotta say, it's a good time. And the game itself, it's kind of a weird spiritual successor to the Wario Land games. I mean, hell, I could say that this track sounded like it could have been on Wario Land 4. I mean, I even think the main protagonist, Peppino Spaghetti, he kind of looks like he could be a fill-in for Wario. And I also think the soundtrack for the game, it's really good stuff. And I think once I get further into the game, I'm thinking about maybe doing a focus on Pizza Tower at some point. I think that would be really cool. I think we're going to move on from pizzas and go into the world of burgers, specifically the game Burger Shop. This is the main theme, and this was composed by Heather Perkins. track that you just listened to, that was the main theme from Burger Shop, and that was composed by Heather Perkins. Burger Shop was a childhood favorite of producer of the show, Carly, where you run this burger shop and the various different ingredients would come down a conveyor belt and you had to place everything together to make whatever kind of burger it is that you had to make for customers. And it's a pretty fast-paced looking game. Even though I haven't played it, but I've watched her play it a few times. I think for a casual style game, it definitely looks like a good time. And it's something that I might even try out. And my one nitpick with the game, and this is pretty funny because this is a video game music podcast, but the soundtrack as a whole, there's really not much to it. And what I mean by that is that the main theme is the only real song on the soundtrack, and that the various in game level music was pretty much the drum beat from the main theme, but added with some different atmospheric sounds for whatever themed restaurant that you're having. Like for the space theme, I mean, they kind of just add like a little theremin sound. Or I want to say there was a Western cowboy one where you just have cowboys just yeehawing, which is pretty disappointing because this main theme, it's kind of got a fun quirkiness to it. And I would have loved to see that expanded to some other tracks. And it just, in that department, it was kind of a letdown. I think we're going to move on to something else, something just as nostalgic as Burger Shop. And that game's going to be Minecraft. The track is Subwoofer Lullaby, and this was composed by C418. That track that you just listened to, that was Subwoofer Lullaby from the game Minecraft, and that was composed by C418. Hearing this track again definitely takes me back to a time where I was trying to figure out myself and what I wanted to do in my life. And though I wouldn't consider myself to be a huge Minecraft fan, it was a game that I spent a lot of time with, especially on the creative mode, where you kind of just let loose and build all kinds of different things. And Subwoofer Lullaby has a very dreamlike quality to it, which is very fitting for the game, I would say. Especially when you find yourself just losing yourself for hours just building some kind of cool structure, or what I like to do is build a little town. And the game has had many updates over the years and even had some new tracks from various different composers. And they're really good stuff, but in my opinion, nothing really hits like the original Minecraft soundtrack. It was never really in your face, but it was definitely mood setting. And it didn't matter if you were playing the survival mode and you were out in the open world trying to gather resources, or if you were in creative mode and just being a total god and building all kinds of different things, stretching your creative muscles. And I think the game still holds up quite a bit too, and that it's something worth playing today, just like it was back in 2011. I feel like I could talk about Minecraft for a long time, so maybe before I do that, let's just play another track. And this is coming from Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. This is Volcano Island, and this was composed by Justin Scharvona, Karin Griffin, and Martin Gwynn Jones. That track that you just heard, that was Volcano Island from the game Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. It was composed by Justin Scharvona, Karin Griffin, and Martin Gwynn Jones. And that's gonna just about do it for the show this week. If you like what you've been listening to, have your friends check out the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and even TerraPlayer, which is the home for various different video game and video game music podcasts. You can email the show at vgmjourney@yahoo.com, and you can also check us out on X at vgmjourney. We also have a Discord server for the show, which I will provide a link for that in the show notes, where you could hang out with your fellow VGM journeymen and talk about games, music, and even look at some cool art. We're going to play things out with one more track, and looking back at the history of the show, I realized that I've never played a single track from the original Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm not sure why I haven't, but I am going to change that today, and that we're going to go out with the credits theme from Sonic the Hedgehog, and this was composed by Masato Nakamura. Have a good one, everyone.